You have to play over and over and over and over and over, which repetition is all a part of it. You have to play this stuff over and over. That's how it sticks in your head. Like you have to play and practice this stuff so much so that you don't have to think about it. When you have to think about it, you're not going to play it good. It has to become second nature. But you have to see this as a language. Just like we're having a conversation without stopping to think about what we say, it's the same thing when you play. Like we have learned the alphabets of this language, and we know how to put words and thoughts in words, put thoughts into words, and make statements. Which is really all that music is, But it still all comes from hours and hours of repetition. Repetition, playing it over and over and over. Like people sometimes you say that I memorize the changes or something. If you have to memorize, if you're playing changes from memory, you're not really playing anything on them. You're just like regurgitating the changes up in your head as they go by. But in order to play them, you have to play them without thinking about them. You cannot verbally or mentally recall this stuff and play it. Do a good job of playing it. You might play right notes, but are you really making statements? Could you play giant steps without you spend a lot of time playing it?
Yeah, it's necessary.
Those first two sets of changes that move in major thirds, minor thirds, are a bit unusual because you don't play them. They don't get played that much, And keep in mind, Train worked on that tune for over a year before he ever recorded it. Over a year. So, but all of it, all of this, nobody learns how to do this in a couple hours. It takes years and a whole lot of devoted hours to it. There are very few people that are born with the natural ability to play music, and those few that are born with it probably spend more time working at it than anybody else. You heard them on that tape where Bird said he used to practice 11, 15. Did I play the Charlie Parker tape for you? Yeah. He used to practice 11, 15 hours a day. All of you, everybody that plays music, at some point you need to spend from a 2 or to a 4 year period where you practice at least 8 hours every day. I don't think anybody can learn how to play this music or any music, learn how to play any instrument well without doing that. At some point in your life, you have to devote anywhere from 2 to 4 years of 8 hours a day practice. Everybody. I don't know how anybody can learn how to play this music without doing that. Like 2 hours a day is nothing. You practice scales. You can practice one scale for 2 hours, really, to play it right. There's a lot to be learned. A lot. It's infinite. Imagine if there were more than 12 notes. That's a terrifying thought. Jeez, what would nobody would ever figure any of this out.